Trisha's Crafting Corner. Today's prayer card says, devote yourselves to prayer with an alert mind and a thankful heart. Colossians 4:2. Today I'm going to be making a tray and a coaster and decorating a coffee mug. I don't have the coffee mug out right now because right now I don't have enough workspace. But this is the mold that we're going to be making. Lower it down a little bit. It's this beautiful tray with the butterfly, and I purchased this from Temu. I will have all the information in my descriptions later on, but this is what we're going to get started with. I am going to start with chameleon powders and just decorate and outline some of the parts of the butterfly. Then what I'm going to use and what I hope to do is take this piece of silicone that I used. It was left over that I used. I just poured it in a little cup, and I'm going to cut it and try to insert it on both the top and the bottom sides to keep what I'm going to use, which is polyurethane, from flowing back into the rest of the mold. So to get started, I will just start with filling in with the colors that I'll be using and decorating my butterfly. I'll get started and let you see the colors, and then I'll put you on hold, finish decorating it, come back after I have the polyurethane poured, and then we'll go from there. And I'm also thinking of using some of my foils. I have silver gold and rose gold, and working those into the mold and possibly on the butterfly somewhere. So we're going to have the colors. Cyan, blue, and I'm sorry if I'm out of shot, fuchsia, and green. I don't have any particular place that I want to put any color. I just want to use the colors and just fill it in the way that I think would be pleasant to look at. So I'll start with the red because I see here we do have little hearts. And let me bring you down a little bit closer. Or should I say raise it a little higher. And move it over where you can see. Okay. We're just going to work on this for right now. And I don't want to extend the video too long. Now this is the red, and I'm going over what looks like hearts and inside of the mold of the butterfly. And there are a couple of those. And this one little port right here on the end, it may not be a heart, but I think it would work pretty good in red. And now I'll just blend the rest of the colors in where I think it would be nice or would look nice. I want to thank all of my subscribers and all who view my videos and just say thank you. And I do thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been pretty cold for the last few days. And today is Sunday, starting a new week, and there's been in the forecast that we may have snow this week. And to tell you the truth, I'm a little done with the snow, even though that first snow was very rough. In my heart of hearts, I'm going to say that was enough snow. I'm looking forward to spring. Okay, let's try a little bit of the green. Now I intend on using this tray for myself. I just decided that I wanted to do something personal for me, making a tray and something that I can use a coaster, and because I love to drink hot chocolate and tea. I'm getting to the point that coffee is my least favorite drink right now. So, and then when I study my Bible, I would like to just have it and use it as just a little tray to put and collect my notebook, and my ink pens and things like that. Just something nice, feminine. I will go in and clean up any areas where there is overage. And let's see, a little bit of the tea. Just try to ombre it a little bit. Get those colors in there. Like I say, since it's going to be for me and it's going to be personal, I want to just decorate it the way that I feel right now. I'd like to dedicate this video to my daughter-in-law, Jess. Um, we just got some news, and I just want Jess to know that she is always in our prayers, and that we're going to keep her lifted up with the news that she received this past weekend, and that I do believe in trust and prayer. It may not always be the answers that we would want, but God knows. He's in control. But we're always going to pray that God does and looks after our loved ones to the best, and that He hears and believes that we are steadfast and focused, and that we give Him all the credit for being in charge. We love you, Jess. Always remember that. And this is also dedicated to her family entire. I think this is going to turn out to be really pretty. And then I may not use the polyurethane as I originally anticipated on using. I might do something just a little bit differently. Color it in something, fill it in with a different resin. I don't know, I might even just leave it clear. Don't want to overdo it because I don't like gaudy or overly blinged out pieces. I just like things that are beautiful, simple. I know this is Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm sure every football fan is getting revved up and ready for the game. I am not one of those people, so I don't even particularly care for the halftime presentations. I just hear about them, after the fact. I would rather watch a good mystery or one of the old haunted movies, horror movies that used to scare me deathless. I'm not going to use that word. Stupid, I'll say, because yeah, it would scare me stupid. And then to look at the things now, you look at the stuff that scared us then, and look, how could we be afraid of that mess, Now, I think that's pretty much of how it's going to be. I will just touch it up a little bit here and there. Put you guys on pause. Mix up my resin. And I am believing that I will go with the clear. But what I want to show you first and foremost is what I'll be doing with my silicone piece after I put the lids on everything so I don't make a mess, because I don't want to waste any of this and then have to clean it all up. Now let's see. I'll take my silicone and I'll bring it. Let's see. So you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to take and cut chunks out. I'm going to use this. Well, this one isn't going to work, so I thought that since it was hard plastic, it might cut through, but this is pretty thick. Just take a pair of scissors, cut into it. And I think I will cut another piece and just try to block it from there. Make sure that it doesn't stop. Yeah, right in there. I don't want it to be too thick where it's going to distort the mold. Yeah. And then add this piece here and block that off. Push it down and make sure it doesn't go past there. At least try to keep it from going past there. That's the main intent of the pieces of silicone fitting inside. I do want to go back in, like I said, and touch up any little spaces that I didn't completely fill. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I am mixing up 300 ml of a new resin to me. It's called Promise, and it's a 1 hour curing resin. And I am adding also just a little bit of the Renfio Ultrafine Glitter Powder, and that's this, and it gives it a tint like a little blue tint, maybe. It's not a lot in there. I have a few more minutes to stir it. I said to stir from 5 to 8 minutes. Not to use any power mixers, so I'm stirring it by hand. It also says that it has very low VOCs, but to also mix in a well ventilated area. I will give you more details after I've finished stirring and mixing this all together, because I want to keep track and keep focused on what I'm doing here as far as my time also, because it also suggests that you do not let it sit as far as gassing, because anytime that it sits in the cup, it will accelerate the curing process. So it's best to pour when it's completely mixed and then let it cure. I have approximately 1 minute left. I've also just taken my coaster and outlined it in my chameleon powders, and I let a little bit of it just come up on the top. I did also just remove my silicone pieces, because I've decided to just let the whole mold be as one instead of separating it and having to re-pour. Hopefully I've mixed enough, and we'll go from there. Okay, my time is up as far as my stirring. Let me make sure that it's all completely stirred. It's an awfully thick resin, and I hope and pray that it's not going to be too large of a mold to handle it. Okay, I'm going to start first with my butterfly. Bring you in so you can see. It doesn't have to be a particularly thick mold. Tray. I just want to make sure that it's big enough to do what I want to do with it. And I do believe I am going to have to make more. So the 300 is not enough. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll just go on and mix more. Some did go over the edge, and it actually went right into the coaster mold, so you won't have to fill that too much. But like I say, it's an hour curing time. I did bump my table, so I'm going to have to try to level it off again as much as I can possibly get it level. And it also states that you shouldn't let it get into contact with your skin. And of course, to always wear your PPE, personal protection. Okay. Now, I will get this leveled off, make up some more, and get some into the coaster mold. Need to get all of this cleaned up. Now you can use your heat gun if there's any bubbles. It didn't say that you could not use alcohol. So I just want to make sure I've got all of this on here. And I know this is iffy by doing this, but I just want to make sure I get it in there. Okay. This puts me in the mind of the urethane. Oh my gosh, here I go saying polyurine again. Polyurethane, because of the curing time, but preferably it will be clear versus that white. Okay, now I'm going to put you back on hold, mix up some more. I think I'll mix up about maybe 4 to 5 meals, maybe less, maybe 3 meals this time, and let it go. I think I can see it starting to cure, but then again I see a lot of little bubbles, so I can't honestly say what's what. Okay, I'll be back in a minute and we'll go from here. But I think what I'll do is just mix and pour and then come back after it's all settled and cured. See you then. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Our mold is filled. It's cured, the resin. And I've used a total of 15 ounces for the tray and, excuse me, my coaster. I have to admit something. I ordered the resin, and unfortunately, I did not choose the resin that I wanted. I got the tabletop epoxy by Promise and not the 1 hour cure. So that was the first mistake. And so actually, I wanted to correct that before I went any further. Now, I'm going to demold. Let's start with the coaster first. I do have just a little where it's not completely covering, but that's okay. This is going to be our bottom, and I do intend on either putting cork or the little feet on the bottoms so that they could be stationary, won't slide all around. Oh my goodness, look at the color. That is so beautiful. And I'm glad I went with the clear. I have just a little overage, which can be peeled off. Thank you. I don't see any air bubble. Well, let me stop. Let me stop right there in my tracks. There is one, and you can see it right on top there. But that's okay. It's my personal coaster, and I'm not going to worry about it. And I see right here, I don't know if you can see it, right in there. It's where the resin did not fill over the entire. I don't know. I had issues with my leveling. I finally got it straightened out, and then when I added the remaining resin, I thought it had gone all the way down to the edge, but I see it didn't. So, but like I say, no big deal. It's still beautiful, and those colors are beautiful. They're magnificent. What do you think? Yeah, I like that. I think it's gorgeous. Now let's demold our tray. What I am going to do is print out um, a sticker, and I want to put a Bible verse, and because I've been praying a lot, and I've asked the Lord to create in me a new heart, a new spirit, because I haven't really been right. I'll put it like that. I've been having some really crazy and odd feelings lately of depression, and I keep trying to keep myself uplifted and motivated. It's hard sometimes, and I was concerned about this epidural that I was going to have for my back, and I did have it, and oh my goodness, I can tell already that it's it's working right now. I'm just going to put that at that because I don't know how long they're supposed to last, but I do have an appointment back in 3 weeks, and since for last Friday, everything went well. Okay, I'm gonna put that over out the way. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Oh, look, everybody. Look at that. What do you think? Hmm? And I'm turning it around every angle because I want to see the reflections. I know you've got the overhead light, but we need some light. This is gorgeous. I love it. And I think I love it better with this clear instead of the dark colors. Oh, look at that. And then that little glitter that I put in there, that Renfio, um, that's that's it. This is it. And these are my chameleon powders. Yeah. And see, I'm not really a chameleon type of girl, but I love it. This is fantastic. And I do have just a little bit of overage on the bottom where I will go along with my trimmer and just smooth that edge off all the way around. That's beautiful. That's really gorgeous. Um, no air bubbles. That's fantastic. Now that's just where there was going to be one. It didn't pop, but then again, that's okay. It's all right. It's mine. So, like I said, This is going to be my personal little tray. I'm going to print out my scripture, and I'm going to put my sticker down. Actually, I may just do a, no, I'm going to stick with the sticker. I'm going to do a clear sticker. I'm going to print it out, my printer, and then cut it out with my Cricut and go from there. So that will be what we will see, and I will, once I've got it printed and cut, I'll come back and we will put that on, and then that's going to be it, because I don't think I'm going to seal it. I really don't think I need to, because like I say, it's for me, and I just want something that's mine. That's gorgeous. I love that. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. I have completed everything. I have my labels printed out, well, stickers. I am going to put stickers in my tray and on my coaster and on my cup. What I did do, I had holographic paper, sticker paper, excuse me, and I printed Nope, Not Today. And one would go on my coaster mold. Coaster, one in the tray. I'm trying to think if I want to angle it or just leave it as is. And then I also printed up one in just the clear sticker paper, a set that I think would go good, because I did find a cup that I purchased earlier and just put on the cup and it would stick out hopefully a little bit better. So those are the things that we're going to be doing right now. And I'm going to put this one aside, out the way. I'm also, let's see, just trying to think, maybe, just maybe, some of the little resin pieces that I've made and didn't use, over time I will possibly just put them on the sides, things like that. I do also have the little bumper, that's what I call them, the little rubber tips that you put on the bottom to finish it off. And let's see, thought I had everything out. Just give me a second here. I'm looking for the little padded bumpers that I put on. Well, we'll get back to that because I don't want to delay the process too much longer, but that will be the last thing that we do. So I've already wiped my mug with alcohol around the entire area. One thing I didn't do was take my sticker off, but I purchased this at Dollar Tree along with a red one, but I think this blue would go so much better. So let's see, putting the sticker on the mug first. And of course, you don't want to touch the mug or your piece with your hands, because oils can transfer from your hands to your cleaned off area, and that's definitely a no-no for us. We want our stickers to stick and not have any problems worrying about them peeling off. And of course, your mug would be hand washed only. I am attempting to find my scissors just to put a little slit in my stickers so that I can peel them off easily. Now, I don't know if you can see all of this. I'll try to angle the camera so you can see. And I'm just making a little slit. Hopefully that was enough pressure to break that. And sadly, I must say, not that great with that. So um, I don't want to cut it because, I mean, even if I cut it, I still would be able to piece it back together. It's just that I want it to be such a clean sweep. Now, see, these are things that I have to deal with when I'm trying to do too many things. I put things down, I can't remember where I put them, and then I'm looking around for them, going crazy. Let's see if I can find something else with a little tip on it that may pierce it. Because, like I say, I don't want to damage the sticker. I just want to be able to peel it back. That may start it off. Now, with this, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I would like to, of course, thank all of my subscribers, and to anyone new watching my channel for the first time, welcome. And it's usually this crazy with me. I mean, I'm never able to just go fluidly through anything. But I always have a hiccup here and there. But most time the end results aren't too bad. I've been watching a lot of new and subscribing to a lot of new channels because I have had the pleasure of watching Miss Beverly on her Facebook live when she did the original bathtub scene, and it was nice. I saw people on there that I'd never seen on some of the channels before that I am subscribed to and follow closely. And I've subscribed to some of them. I honestly couldn't tell you any names right now because I can't remember. I just started pushing subscribe. That sounds crazy, but yep, that's me. My voice is a lot better today. Everybody in the house is catching colds, but nothing really drastic. Well, I take that back. Oh my goodness, I messed him up. Okay. What I didn't do was seal them. So I know now to go on and seal them. And that was a very dumb mistake on my part because I know better. So I'm going to stop here, seal my stickers with a clear sealant and spray sealant so that I won't mess up anything with a brush or smear the ink or anything like that. So I will be back momentarily. Okay, everyone, I'm back. I have my stickers prepared and they're all set to go. I saw these on my Cricut Access, and I think they will be just right for what I want. I did put on the sealant, and so now we're ready to go. I've already, as I stated earlier, cleaned off my cup with the alcohol to make sure I've gotten any grease, fingerprints, or anything like that off. And I'm going to give it another wipe because I did touch it earlier. And I'm right-handed, so usually I like to put my decals and things like that on to face away from me. And I don't know what the customary procedure would be, but that's how I like mine. I know a lot of people put them on from the left. I usually go from the right. So with that, we'll start. And I've already taken the label. I'm going to lay this right here in the tray. Mm. And cushion it with the paper towel. Take my gloves off because I don't want to destroy my label or sticker. I'm just going to put it down, lay it down. I'm not concerned. I should say I'm not really concerned too much, but I don't want any bubbles in it. And so I'm going to pull it tightly. And as I lay it down, smooth it down. But in the event that I should get a bubble, what I will do is use a stick pin and puncture little holes in it to get the air out and smooth it out. But what I think I'm going to do is an old trick that I learned when I first started using my Cricut machine. When you're going around surfaces with curves and things like that, now let me just one more time wipe. Because what I might have to do is put just a little snip and when you put it down, it will, you won't see that cut. Let's see. I'm going to start right here and just angle it. Sometimes this can be so tedious, and it really doesn't have to be if you get accustomed to placing your labels and stickers, which I have not done this in some time. I'm going to tell you the honest to goodness truth. It has been a while since I did it. What I'm going to do is just try to cut right here, a little slit. Excuse me. My blade is a little dull. And I nicked it in the wrong spot. But not to fear, not to fear. Don't panic. Because there's a will, there's a way. And we will find a way. Now, some people may not do it this way, but I had to learn a long time ago to do what works for me and to just let it ride. Okay, now I'll go back at the top after I've got this down here and put my blade back inside. Don't want to cut my hand. Let's see. I did have my, oh, here it is. Okay. And like I say, I'm not going to be too upset with it, but I would like to show you a way that would probably work for you if this is something you want to do or have not tried. I bought my Cricut machine. This is the original Cricut. It's over 10 years old. And it was so overwhelming to me when I first started because I had no idea what it all entailed, but I knew I wanted it. I wanted to learn, and I wanted to make my own t-shirts, things like that. So that's what I did. I bought it for my 60th birthday, and I was just elated to buy this thing. And it's set up, and I mean literally set up for 2 years before I just decided to just go for it. And believe me, it still sits up a lot because I started doing so many other things. I'm never satisfied with just doing one thing. I'll learn something and move on to something else. And now I have a little safety pin here, which just by some means happened to be here. And I'm going to stick little holes where the bubbles are. I don't know if you can actually see that. I'll see if I can lower you or raise it some. Let me get a better look. Okay. I usually have a little card or something to use. I'll use a spatula here. Okay. I know that was a little loud, sorry, but I had to roll away for a second. And I will smooth it out. And then you can also use your tool to put little holes in. But I like using the pen because you won't even know that it's even got a hole in it. It's so teeny. We're going to be having another big snowstorm coming through tomorrow. So I've got quite a few videos lined up that I need to start on and get posted. I know it's been a little slow this week. I needed some personal time for myself. Like I say, I've been doing a lot of moving around and a lot of appointments that I was just a little tired and needed to just rest a little bit. And that's what I've been doing off and on in between working on this one. And actually, I started on this one on Sunday, and today is Tuesday, but this one will be completed and will be uploaded as soon as I'm completed with all the things that I want to do. Now I'm showing you this because I want you to actually see, for those who haven't tried it, the process of it, and then go on from there. And I may pause you guys and go on with the next ones. And you burnish it down. in those areas, especially where you had to use your pen. And like I say, these will be hand washed only items. My mug. What I need to do is raise this up just a little bit here because, well, I guess I won't. I don't want to tear it. But I want to get that one so you don't really see where I had to slice into it. This one right here you can see a little bit. But the best I'm going to do is sip tea out of it. I don't drink coffee much anymore. I don't know, I just kind of go through those seasons where I would, especially when it's cold, and I'd rather have the tea. I love ginger peach tea. I love a little Earl Grey every now and then. Not that much, but every now and then I'll drink some. I like flavored teas mostly. And I usually go down to the farmer's market, and they have a wide selection of teas and coffees, and pick out sometimes up to 3 or 4, sometimes up to 5 different flavors. And I will alternate drinking the ones that I buy. This time I only bought the Earl Grey and the ginger peach. And that's what I've been drinking. Okay. Now, of course, the more you do this, the better and easier it will become. Just gonna put a little nip right there. Kind of help lay it down. Keep it from buckling. Now, I started out doing wine glasses, and I had to really learn how to maneuver those glasses because I would never get my labels on without them creasing on me, buckling, and then having to pull and re-pull and make over. Boy, how many labels I've had to make over because of positioning issues there. Okay. Now this one is still going to be a little stinky here. Okay. Now don't think, hopefully I won't have this issue again. This, like I say, I haven't done this in, oh my God, years, actually, at least a couple of years. And just because you know, it doesn't always mean that you're going to get it perfect every time. And I'm not one for perfection, but I would like it to look as nice as possible. And go from there. Yeah, this is taking a little bit longer than I want to. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this. Well, you get the gist of it. I'm going to go and correct these things, and I will be back to show you just putting them on the flat surfaces will be so much easier. But the mugs and things with curves are the ones that you're going to have issues with if you do. And if you don't, you know, good for you. But me, I have got to get better with this. I do think I will be making these things type of things again. So let me. Okay, I'm back. I had to, you wouldn't believe this, but then again, you might if you know me. I had to just take that other label off of the mug because there was no way that I could get that on there without all the bubbles and the little creases showing. So what I did do is I had to come up with a different solution. I didn't want to make and waste a new sheet of sticker paper and see how that works out. But with this, I know I told you it would be quick and simple. But see, even with the simplest things, sometimes the plan just doesn't come across the way it should. So I'm just going to raise this corner up a little bit. Then I'm going to use my little smoother here. I'm going to call it a smoother. That's all I can think of it does. It helps with putting things down in place. And I guarantee you, I am not happy. This has been the longest video I've made in a while. And it wasn't because of recording. It was because of how many times I've had to come back and redo these stickers. So, with that, just going to come, brush it down, and smooth it as I go. Try to get all that air from under there. Yeah. Okay, that's that. But see, even with that, I still have a few of the bubbles, and I know it's because there was air. And I'm not going to be too concerned with that because I will do as I did with the mug, take the little pin and insert it into the little air bubbles and come back and go over it again. Now that's a big bubble there. Let's see. Hopefully the coaster won't give me so many problems. And like I say, the simplest things seems to always give me problems. And I see the air deflating the bubble. And like I said, that's why I like the little tips of the pins, because you can really get in there, get a nice hole. And I'll let that one rest, and then I'll go to the coaster so we can wrap this one up. I'm not really good with putting stickers on, I guess. I don't want to sound all cray-cray, but that's the way it is. Okay, not perfect, but then again, it's good for me. I'm not going to complain. No air bubbles, at least not any real big noticeable ones, but I do see teeny ones. We can go in and do that. I'll pop those holes. And I'll come back after I've gotten everything straightened out. Oh, our feet. I do have the little cushion And I had a set. I have the round, the little small ones, the teeniest ones. Let's see, let's get you in this frame. And a larger set of round, I would say medium. They're various sizes and shapes. But what I'm going to do is, I have the square ones, and I think these would be a lot better on the project because they have the squared corners there. And I'll make do with those because I like those. And I tell you what, we'll put those on now. One on each corner. And then you won't have to worry about sliding off or moving when you have something hot or cold on it. Now another thing is that with this resin, it's fully cured in 72 hours. So by the weekend, I will be able to use it. I can use it probably Thursday or Friday, but I'm not in any rush because it's only 72 hours and that's just 3 days. But still, even with that, I don't know how many days that is. I sound like a nut. 72 hours. Okay, let's flip this over and put them, move my knife out the way before I cut myself up. Sorry about that. That was my speaker falling over. It just seems like I'm just all over the place doing nothing right. But one here. And trying to make sure it's about the same place. There. And then I like these because they're clear. And since our tray is clear and our coaster is clear, it all works out. Okay, I've got that done. And I'll get these things straightened out and I'll come back with one last view. Okay, we're back, and I still have a few little air bubbles in my my sticker. So what I did learn over the times then I was doing using my Cricut and making the wine glasses, that sometimes if I let it sit for a couple of days, I'd go back and the air would have basically been released and I could smooth it down. Now, I still see a few that are large that I may have missed on last time, so I'm just going to continue to poke the little pinholes to get all that air out as much as possible. And if it doesn't, hey, this is for me. Like I said before, I'll just have to keep practicing and do it again. With my mug, I didn't like how that looked, so I took that off. And I think maybe with this, I'll just leave it plain. I haven't really decided, but I'm not going to stress out on it. I got all that sticky glue off, but I left just a little bit so you can see that with alcohol, you can go in, rub, and clean all that up. It comes off. Let me squirt my wipe again. Just for those that don't know, I'm sure you seasoned ones know all about it, but you just go back in and clean it up. It gets all that glue, sticky, tacky glue off. And there you are. So, I'm just going to conclude this video today. And at another time, I know I haven't really did what I really wanted to do with it, but I've got most of it done. This is what it looks like. And if I had a little book or something, whatever I would want to put on the tray, I would just simply, let's see, here, I'll just use something, maybe even this, well, we're not going to stress out on that, but just something to display and just leave it like that. I'll take a picture of our final work. And remember now, it hasn't been sealed because I'm still trying to let those air bubbles out. And I will either use the UV resin to seal it once all the bubbles are down. I've got it smoothed out. Or I may use some other type of sealant to brush on. I just don't want the streaks to show through. So I hope you enjoyed my video, what you did see, and if there's anything that you want to comment on, just do that. Like, comment, subscribe. Just give me a thumbs up. And even if you watch it, and if you don't like it, thumbs down. If you like it, thumbs up. Right now, I'm still trying to get it all together. I'm trying to step my game up a little bit. So there's going to be some things that I remember, but just can't thoroughly get out right now. This is just a dry brush. I've been using this to work some of the bubbles down too. And go from there. Okay, so thank you again. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Bye-bye. See you on the next video.